Yo, what is the dealio, man? Listen, we have another trade of the day. All right, we got a straight banger. You know, I always got a lesson coming to you, right? In every single trade that I take, I don't want to just get on here talking about, oh, I made X amount of dollars. I really want to get on here talking about, yo, I did this and let me show you how so you can do it and go change your life, all right? And today is no different. So, before we get into the actual trade of the day, I just got to shout out some people, man, from the Discord. Trading can be a very challenging thing, right? And you could take some L's and you could get down on yourself. But I just want to take a second to shout out some people, man. In the Discord today, we got my guy Best Be Killer. He has $700 for the day right now. He sniped this Apple one right here on the Apple call. That's just 150 on one trade. All right. Next up, we got my guy Marley. All right, he hit $133 on a day, and so he was probably done within an hour of the market being open. We got Shali, 32% on Apple. She's a beast. All right, we got Mindfulness. She hit 550 on Spy. Okay, Spy been making some crazy moves. We got my guy Nadij. Nadij hit $216. That's a 33% trade on SMCI on a put. And then we got Jay. He hit 19%, 65 bucks on Amazon. All right. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all putting in the work. And what I want to say is I want you to understand is trading comes down to a couple things. When I'm looking at being a successful trader, how efficient am I? All right. Trading is not about trading 8 trades a day. All right. It's about taking a couple solid trades that you know that meet your rules, and you just take those trades. All right. So for me, I look at time. How much did I expose myself to risk? All right. And what was my percentage? Time in the play. I personally don't like being in plays for a long time. I just don't. I fell in love with scalping. All right. Getting in trades, one candle, maybe 2 candles, boom, boom. I'm in and out. Give me my 8 to 12, 15%. Because I know if I do that 2 to 3 times a day and I'm being a sniper, I can make a lot of money. All right. So you can scalp your way to thousands. All right. The next thing is how much am I exposing myself to the risk? All right. If you're taking 5, 6, 7 trades a day, at some point, you're going to get in the wrong trade because there's not that many quality setups every single day, right? And then also you burning into your buying power, right? When I first started trading, I would take 5, 7 trades and then I would be down 200 on a day. Or I would take 6, let's just say 5 trades and I was up $100, $120. And then on that last trade, I lose all my gains, right? So it's about efficiency. How much are you exposing yourself to risk? I like to say size the position a little bit larger, find a solid setup, and then take, I would say 1 to 3 trades a day. That's my little recipe right there. All right. You're not going to expose yourself to a lot of risk. You're going to be more selective with the trades that you get in, right? When you're taking less trades because you want to make the best out of each trade. All right. And then the next thing and the last thing is percentages. What is my percentage return? I always say if you go to the bank, you cannot give them $1,000 and say, hey, let me get a 12% return on my money in 2 minutes. All right. You cannot do that. So you got to stop being greedy. If you up 5%, 7%, and you see the play ain't doing too much of anything, get out. Stop waiting for a bigger move that probably may not come, right? It may come and it may not come, but more times than not, it's not going to come. And you're going to end up losing more money. So stop trying to chase the 20 and 30% trades. Let them come to you. Get your base hits 5%, 9%, 12%, 11%, 13%, and let it pile up. I think so many people overlook what $200 a day can do, what $100 a day can do, right? I made a video that said make $200 a day trading options within 30 days by following this system. If you have not watched it, be sure to go watch it because that video could potentially change your life. All right, so the percentage matters. I'm not a trader where I'm trying to go hit 100% every trade. Those trades will come, but I like scalping and I like hitting 8, 10, 15% on trades, being in and out. All right, that's how I stay consistent and that's how I stay profitable. Okay, and today was no different. So today we hit Tesla, right? I haven't traded Tesla in quite some time, but we hit Tesla today, and it was a I like to say it was a smooth little trade. All right. So as you can see right here, $149.69. Now I got in the trade. I got two contracts, and it was $8.55, right? $8.55, which is $855, and I got two contracts. All right, so about $1,700 is what I invested into this trade, and then I was in the trade for 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. This is how I like to do it. I like to be in and out. I don't like to waste my time in these plays hoping that something goes my way. All right, and then I got out at 150. Now I was up like 180, 190, and I was getting filled. I was trying to sell, but when I got filled, it was at this price point right here. So that's like 8.59%. I'm not mad at that. You know why? Because I was sitting on the couch doing nothing, watching my money run up. That's the mindset that you got to have. We're not working for this money. You get what I'm saying? We're not working for the money. We're using our mind to make the money. So because I'm not working, I'm okay with taking an 8% trade, because that's 8% profit that I just made that I did not have to labor for. I didn't have to get stressed out for. I didn't have to, get disrespected for by my manager or my supervisor. So you got to start changing how you're looking at this game so that you can stay in the game and actually experience freedom. All right. So that's the Tesla trade. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the charts, and I'm going to show y'all the trade that I took, my entry and my exit, and why I ended up getting in and why I ended up getting out. All right. So let's get it. Now, with Tesla, this is ExxonMobil. So we got Tesla right here. All right. So first things first, Tesla ended up gapping up, right? Tesla ended up gapping up. And so with Tesla, what ended up happening was it opened up at right here. It closed yesterday at 2:30, and then it gapped up and it opened up at 2:46. All right, so it was up $20. So I thought we was potentially just gonna have a sell-off, all right? But we didn't have a sell-off, like a big sell-off yet. I think this looks like a double top right here, so we could be coming down. But right here, I'm on a 5-minute chart. I saw it reject off of this level. It was already oversold on the RSI. So on this second candle right here, it was very, very, very simple. I took my position. I entered in my position right here, okay, on the second candle. On this wick right here, that was my entry, okay? So I'm gonna type in entry number 1, all right? That was my entry. And then it was kind of waking up and down a little bit, right? I was down like 8%, 9%, going up and down. And then it started slowly coming down, then it wicked up again, and then it started coming down, all right? Now, Tesla is a very, very, very volatile stock. So it does take a lot of patience to get into Tesla and to be able to play it and play it efficiently, all right? So then all I did was I was just being patient, waiting, right? It wasn't going up crazy. It wasn't reversing or anything too crazy. So I said, all right, let me just stay in it. Let me be patient, right? And then it slowly just started to come down. And then when it got about right here at this 9 EMA right there, that's when I started to say I'm taking profits, all right? So it got down to that 9 EMA right here, and then I ended up exiting, and I took my profits. All right, exit number 1. All right, so I took my profit right here, and I was good to go. It was literally that simple. All right, and that equaled a grand total of $150. This is not rocket science. The 9 EMA was my exit point on the 5-minute. If it broke through, then I would have stayed in, but it wasn't breaking through. And as you can see, it kind of came right back up here. So we got out at the perfect time on this trade right here. And it was simply because it hit the 9 EMA and then it was wicking off of it and then it started to come up. All right. So I got in right here on this candle off of rejection. I waited for this candle to be my confirmation candle. I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a slight pullback and it was going to keep going up. But because it gapped up $20 and it was already oversold when we opened up on a day, it just made sense to me to get in on this on a reversal, because I was like, it's overextended and we've been having a lot of selling pressure and a lot of sell-offs anyway, right? So I wasn't too worried about it going up too much further because the sentiment in the market hasn't been the best. Now, we did have CPI and that was positive news, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I think that this is going to be coming down. And what did it do? It came down. I got out. Now, it did come up, but as you can see, this does look like a double top right here, and it looks like Tesla can come all the way down here. All right. So it's a simple trade, but that's how we did it. All right. I want you guys to know and understand, do not be greedy. You do not have to be greedy. You do not have to be greedy. You don't got to hit a home run on every trade, right? Get on first base, get on second base, get on third base, and then you're going to score. And then if you get on another first base, then your base is going to be loaded and you could keep scoring. That's my mindset. That's my philosophy. All right. That's how you make, $200, $300, $400, $500 a day. Now you can make $500 in one trade, but in order to make 10% on $500, you're going to have to risk $5,000, right? The more money you have, trading becomes easier, right? Because you could get smaller moves. But a lot of people don't want to do the smaller move. They don't want to hit base hits now because they're looking for 40%, and that's why you got people always blowing accounts, holding too long. They're letting green trades go red and all kind of stuff. All right. So I just want to implore you guys to make sure you're doing what you got to do. You're managing your risk. You're not being greedy. You're learning how to take those profits and you're hitting those base hits. All right. So it's really as simple as that, y'all. Don't be greedy. Manage your risk. Study your charts. And just know what you're actually doing. All right. So like I always say, make sure you get out of your head and get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. And also remember, the more you study, the less you're going to worry. All right. I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Peace.